Beyond the gate, spoilers tease that Leslie finally sees a chance she has been waiting for, a chance sharp and ugly and satisfying in a way that only revenge can feel. The moment Deanna returns to Fairmont Crest, everything begins to tilt, not loudly at first, but enough for Leslie to sense the cracks forming in Vanessa's carefully protected life. Deanna's return is not a celebration, not the warm homecoming Vanessa imagined. Instead, it carries grief, anger, confusion, everything tangled together in a heavy cloud that follows Deanna wherever she goes. Deanna has been away receiving psychological treatment, trying to process the devastating shock of Doug's death. The official story has been repeated again and again. Doug lost control because of gambling. Doug ruined himself. Doug could not handle the consequences. The story has settled like a permanent label on his memory. But Doug is gone now. He cannot defend himself, cannot correct anything that people think they know. The dead stay silent, and so the blame quietly remains attached to him. Vanessa never corrected that story. She allowed it to stand. She never told her children about Joey, never confessed that her relationship with Joey had already crossed a line before Doug died. That secret stayed buried. Everything ugly was placed onto Doug's shoulders while he remained unable to explain anything to his children. The truth stayed hidden behind grief and silence. Leslie knows all of this, every secret, every quiet detail that Vanessa hopes nobody will say out loud. And recently, Vanessa has been irritating her, small comments, small smug looks, like she thinks Leslie will never push back. That irritation grows slowly inside Leslie until she hears the news that Deanna is coming back to Fairmont Crest. That is when the idea appears in Leslie's mind. Quick, sharp, almost effortless. She will not scream at Vanessa. She will not accuse her publicly. No. She will simply tell Deanna what she knows. Just a few careful words. Quiet truth dropped at exactly the right moment. Leslie already knows the result will explode without any extra effort from her. When Leslie meets Deanna, the conversation feels casual at first. Almost friendly. Deanna still looks fragile, still carrying the emotional exhaustion from weeks of therapy and grief. Leslie acts hesitant, like she is unsure whether she should say anything. That hesitation makes everything sound even more believable. She begins mentioning Joey, slowly, carefully. She hints that Joey and Vanessa were close before Doug died, closer than people realized. Leslie does not rush the story. She allows each piece of information to settle before adding another. At first, Deanna refuses to believe it. Her head shakes immediately, her expression tight with disbelief. But Leslie keeps talking. Calm voice, patient tone, letting the truth grow heavier with each sentence. Eventually, the disbelief starts cracking. Shock replaces it, then anger. Leslie notices that change immediately, exactly what she expected. By the time the conversation ends, Deanna's mind is already burning with questions, with suspicion, with rage she did not feel before. When Deanna finally confronts Vanessa, the moment becomes brutal almost instantly. Vanessa sees her daughter first, and her face lights up with relief. She steps forward quickly, arms slightly open, ready to embrace her daughter after everything they have been through. For one small second, she believes this reunion might heal something inside their family. But Deanna does not hug her. Deanna's face is tight with anger, eyes sharp, voice already shaking. The first words come out loud enough that nearby conversations immediately stop. Vanessa looks confused, asking what happened, asking why Deanna sounds so furious. Deanna does not slow down. She accuses Vanessa of lying, of betraying their father, of destroying the family long before Doug ever died. The crowd nearby begins turning toward them, drawn by the rising tension. Joey is there too, standing a short distance away, watching the argument unfold with growing concern. Deanna's voice keeps rising. The accusations become sharper. She demands to know whether Vanessa was already involved with Joey before Doug died. She demands to know if her father discovered the betrayal. Vanessa tries to calm her down. She suggests they talk privately, but Deanna refuses. She wants the truth in the open. Joey finally steps forward carefully, hoping to defuse the situation, but before he can even say much, Deanna turns toward him with visible contempt. Her eyes move slowly over him, as if she is studying someone she deeply dislikes, someone who does not belong near her family. She laughs bitterly, asking what kind of man he really is. a man who steps into a marriage already breaking apart, a man who benefits from someone else's tragedy. Joey tries to respond calmly, but Deanna interrupts again. She points out the large building Joey paid to construct in Doug's memory. Many people saw it as a generous tribute, something respectful, something honorable. But Deanna sees it differently now. She asks loudly why any man would spend that much money honoring another woman's husband, unless there was something else behind it, something personal. Her meaning becomes obvious immediately. She suggests Vanessa must have given Joey something in return. The accusation hangs in the air, heavy, ugly. Vanessa's face drains of color. Hearing those words from her own daughter hurts more deeply than any rumor ever could. At the edge of the crowd, Joey suddenly notices something else. Leslie, standing a short distance away, watching everything. She is not shocked, not uncomfortable. In fact, she looks strangely entertained, calm eyes observing the chaos like someone watching a show that turned out exactly how they expected. Joey immediately understands. Deanna did not reach these conclusions alone. Someone told her. Someone planted the idea. And Leslie looks far too satisfied to be innocent. Meanwhile, Deanna continues speaking, her anger spilling out in uneven sentences. She cannot understand how Vanessa moved on so quickly after Doug's death. To Deanna, it feels disrespectful, suspicious, almost like proof that the relationship with Joey began long before the funeral. Vanessa tries to explain that grief pushes people into unexpected places, that loneliness can make people reach for comfort, but Deanna refuses to listen. She insists that Vanessa dishonored Doug and then hid behind a convenient story about gambling addiction. Each sentence lands like a blade. Vanessa's eyes fill with tears. She cannot stop. Being attacked by her daughter in front of so many people is unbearable. Donnell is nearby too, watching everything with growing concern. Unlike Deanna, he has been more understanding about Vanessa and Joey. He believes Vanessa deserves companionship after losing Doug. Pain changes people. Loneliness creates strange decisions. But Deanna cannot accept that logic. In her mind, the timeline is too suspicious. Doug dies. Soon after Joey appears close to Vanessa. Too fast, too neat. She begins wondering if Vanessa had feelings for Joey long before Doug died. That possibility hurts her more than anything, because it would mean her father suffered alone, while betrayal was already growing inside his own home. Vanessa tries again to speak, voice trembling now. She says Deanna does not understand the full story. But Deanna cuts her off again, saying maybe the truth is simply too ugly for Vanessa to admit. The words hit harder than anything before. Vanessa finally breaks, tears visible now, her own daughter humiliating her publicly while strangers watch. Joey steps forward again, his tone calm but firm this time. He tells Deanna that anger can distort reality, that grief often pushes people to find someone to blame. But Deanna turns that argument back toward him instantly. To her, he is the easiest suspect, the man who appeared exactly when Doug disappeared forever. Around them, the crowd shifts uneasily. Some people quietly move away, others remain frozen, unable to look elsewhere. And Leslie remains exactly where she is, watching, quiet, satisfied. Everything unfolded almost perfectly according to her expectation. Vanessa's dignity shaken, her relationship with Deanna cracked wide open. But the story is not finished yet. Donnell finally steps forward, speaking gently to Deanna, asking her to calm down. He reminds her that Vanessa has also suffered, that there may be details she does not understand. Deanna hesitates for a moment because she respects Donnell more than most people around her. But the anger inside her is still too strong. Vanessa understands something in that moment. If she does not fix this misunderstanding quickly, she might lose Deanna completely. She wipes the tears from her face, trying to regain control of the chaos around her. Inside her mind, one thought keeps repeating. Leslie caused this. Joey understands it too. He owes Vanessa more than silence after watching her suffer this humiliation. And somewhere at the edge of the scene, Leslie finally turns away slowly, satisfied for now. The storm she started is only beginning.